As US-Iran tensions explode across the Gulf, is the IRGC's latest claim of a new US drone kill a warning that every American eye in the sky is now a potential target? With on-camera footage showing a downed MQ-1, is Tehran taunting Washington by turning wreckage into a spectacle and hinting that more US drones could soon join it? If Iran's new air defense is now being credited with these shootdowns, are US drones firmly in the crosshairs of a system designed to hunt them over the Gulf and beyond? After boasting about the MQ-1, is Iran now escalating the message by unleashing missile footage plastered with a bruised Trump face, turning personal mockery into part of its deterrence? And with the slogan, "Until the last American leaves the region," painted on a missile, is Mujtaba sending Trump a new message that this confrontation won't end with just one ceasefire? Amid fresh tensions in the Gulf, the IRGC is taunting the United States with a new claim that it has downed an American drone, pairing that boast with missile footage clearly aimed at Trump's image. Fast News released footage that it says shows a US MQ-1 drone brought down over Iran in the early hours of the 1st of June, turning the incident into a carefully timed media event. Iran's Revolutionary Guard claimed the drone was shot down using a new air defense system, signaling that it has upgraded tools dedicated to tracking and striking US aircraft. The drone claim comes shortly after the IRGC released footage of new missile launches on June 1st, linking air defense and missile power into one rolling message. In the video, one missile carried an image of Donald Trump's bruised face printed across its body, a deliberate visual jab meant to personalize the confrontation. That same missile also bore the slogan, "Until the last American leaves the region," spelling out Iran's demand that US forces eventually quit the Gulf entirely. The footage flashed a map of the Strait of Hormuz alongside the word "closed," hinting that this vital oil route could again be threatened if the showdown escalates. However, the location and timing of the IRGC footage could not be independently verified, leaving open questions about when the launches took place. US Central Command says it carried out what it calls self-defense strikes against Iranian targets over the May 30th to 31st weekend, framing the operation as a necessary response. The targets reportedly included Iranian radar installations and drone command and control sites in Gorak, inside Iran, as well as on Keshem Island in the Gulf. According to CENTCOM, US jets destroyed Iranian air defense assets, a ground control station, and at least 2 kamikaze drones poised for use in future attacks. The same statement stresses that no US soldiers were harmed in the latest operation, a point Washington is keen to underline as tensions soar. Almost in parallel with CENTCOM confirming strikes on Iran, a key US ally in the Gulf came under its own barrage of incoming missiles and drones. Kuwait's army announced that its air defenses were actively confronting hostile missile and drone attacks, signaling a real-time battle over its airspace. Officials told residents that any explosions they heard were likely the result of interception attempts, as defense systems tried to detonate projectiles mid-air. However, the Kuwaiti military did not immediately provide details about where the missiles and drones originated, leaving room for speculation and concern. This was the second attack on Kuwait in less than a week, after Iran had earlier struck a US-linked airbase on its territory in a direct show of force. Tehran claimed that previous strike was a retaliation for earlier US military action near Bandar Abbas, casting its moves as part of a tit-for-tat campaign. Subsequently, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps declared that it had targeted the very airbase allegedly used by US forces to launch attacks on Sirik Island. The IRGC insisted that its retaliatory operation destroyed pre-designated targets directly linked to those earlier US strikes, portraying the attack as precise and calibrated. Over just 3 days, Iran has claimed to have shot down 3 US aircraft inside its own airspace, a dramatic escalation that raises the risk of direct confrontation. Iran claims it shot down a US MQ-1 Predator drone after the aircraft allegedly entered Iranian territorial airspace and waters. Iran's IRGC said the incident occurred during the early hours of May 31st, according to statements released by Iranian authorities. State-run news agency IRNA reported that the unmanned aerial vehicle was flying above Iranian territorial waters before the incident. The IRGC claimed the MQ-1 Predator crossed into Iranian airspace while carrying out what it described as a hostile operation. Iran said the drone was detected by its air defense systems shortly after it allegedly entered restricted and closely monitored airspace. Iran described the aircraft as an aggressive U.S. military drone operating near sensitive areas along its coastline. Iranian officials said the incident demonstrates the country's capability to detect, track and respond to alleged airspace violations. The IRGC warned that any future act of aggression or violation of Iranian airspace would receive a decisive response. Iranian air defense units reportedly intercepted a drone near Qeshm Island for the second time on May 30th. Iranian army defense units detected the incoming aircraft before successfully intercepting and destroying it, Tasnim reported. Iranian media alleged the drone was a U.S.-Israeli surveillance aircraft operating over the Strait of Hormuz. The downed UAV was identified as an orbiter drone, Iranian military officials told Mer News. The U.S.-Israeli drone reportedly entered restricted airspace that oversees one of the world's most sensitive waterways, Hormuz. Iranian state media IRIB later released dramatic footage showing remnants of the destroyed drone's wreckage. The wreckage of the eliminated drone could reportedly be seen washed ashore after being brought down by Iranian forces. On May 30th, Iran also claimed that a U.S. aircraft had been shot down in Bushehr province. However, CENTCOM denied Iran's claims that any U.S. aircraft was destroyed near Bushehr. Fresh Gulf tensions erupted after Iran claimed it shot down a trespassing American drone near the Bushehr region. Iranian media said the drone was intercepted near the southern province that hosts Iran's sensitive nuclear infrastructure. Tasnim news agency cited military sources claiming Iran targeted the American drone with a missile strike on May 29. Fars news agency reported Iran's integrated air defense network immediately confronted the aircraft after detecting the alleged intrusion. Officials said the operation involved air defense systems stationed near Jam and Khangan inside Bushehr province. Iranian media reports claimed search operations later began to locate debris from the reportedly downed American aircraft. However, the U.S. military strongly denied Iranian claims that any American aircraft had been shot down near Bushehr. U.S. Central Command stated all American air assets were fully accounted for following what it called false Iranian reports. The Bushehr region had previously faced attacks during earlier U.S.-Israeli operations targeting Iranian military and nuclear-linked infrastructure. Notably, Iran's Bushehr nuclear power plant is jointly linked to Russian and Iranian nuclear cooperation projects.